I'd like to start by acknowledging our wonderfully generous sponsors. Our pinnacle sponsor first, the Southfield Center for Development in Darien, which is well represented this evening. I'd like to invite the Southfield Center group to please stand. This year's summit sponsor and our most loyal sponsor over the course of many years is Linda Bell Learning Center of Darien. I would like you all to stand and be recognized as well. And now I'd like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Robert Tedisco. Robert is a nationally recognized author, motivational speaker, and nonprofit management consultant, in addition to his work as an attorney with Barger & Gaines. And by the way, Barger & Gaines is one of our partner sponsors. I can just briefly mention the group of partner sponsors includes, in addition to Barger & Gaines, the Athenian Group, Eagle Hill Greenwich, Fusion Academy of Greenwich and Fairfield, Gen Re Corporation, and Winston Prep Schools. All right, back to the film. Back to Robert M. Tedisco and a few of his accomplishments. He specializes in and writes extensively about education law and disability advocacy, and serves as a frequent media resource on ADHD issues. Robert was diagnosed with ADHD as an adult. As he remarked in a program he gave for Smart Kids 2 weeks ago, when he was a child, the term used to describe him and others like him was bad. Today, he personifies what people with ADHD and other significant learning challenges can accomplish. He received his JD at Fordham University School of Law in 1989 and has been a leader in both the major ADHD organizations, CHAD and the ADDA. He's a former executive director of the EDGE Foundation, providing coaching for students with ADHD and executive function difficulties. The two programs he presented recently for Smart Kids attracted capacity audiences. The Westport Library had to keep putting out more seats in the back in order to allow everyone to sit. Finally, Robert is on a mission to end the stigma associated with ADHD, spearheading CHAD's One of 15 Million campaign. Our kind of guy. Please welcome Robert Tedisco.
Thank you all for coming. What I say typically is what Jane was trying to say. When I was a kid, they didn't call it ADD, they called it BAD. And, you know, I wasn't just a bad kid, I was a loud bad kid, which made things, much worse for me. But I really want to talk tonight about Smart Kids with LD. It's a wonderful organization. Jane really is one of my heroes. This has been going on for 17 years now. This was founded because she was looking for a place where parents could find accurate science-based information, a place where the focus could be on talents and what these kids do well, not just the things that they're challenged by, and that's really important. But more important than any of that, it was a place where parents could enjoy the one thing that we have now that our parents didn't have. We have each other. And this is a place where parents can find support and the the enormous amount of comfort in knowing that they're not alone. And that's really what this is all about, because we all know the frustration and the dread that you feel when you don't know if you're helping your child enough, the schools aren't helping them enough, you're seeing them struggle, you see that frustration, and it really is something that tugs at your heart. And I can tell you from the kid's perspective, as a kid with an undiagnosed learning disability and ADHD growing up, there was always an enormous amount of frustration because I always felt as if there was a lot more going on behind my eyes than I was able to get credit for because of my disability. And a place like Smart Kids with LD really emphasizes the fact that learning disabilities and ADHD are performance deficits. They are not intelligence deficits. And you're going to see tonight with a number of these Youth Achievement Award recipients that these kids are young men and women are enormously intelligent and talented young people. So, let's move on. And one of our award recipients tonight, this is actually kind of a really exciting thing for me because I'm often, in our practice, I'm often approached by parents who say, you know, my son or daughter can't stop drawing, my son or daughter can't stop playing those video games, what should I do? And you would be surprised at how much money there is in drawing, or what a future there can be in writing and selling gaming materials or creating music. And when you see kids that kind of follow their passion, that really is something that's very exciting. And I'm going to call up Ethan Wadsworth, who created a character, drew the character, conceived it, put it in a comic book from a company called Gamecraft, I think it is.
Drycraft.
Excuse me?
Drycraft.
Thank you. That's okay. And there's an example of it here tonight, and we actually have a copy that was shipped here. I think it got here today from China. It's not available anywhere else in the United States. So those of you who kind of ponied up to support this wonderful organization with your raffle tickets, I'm going to have Ethan come on up and help me pick the winner.
This is cool. I never got to pick like a raffle before. The one at the bottom.
It's okay, because I've never won anything before. Okay.
102.
It's 102 here tonight. Someone in the back there? Come on up. Come on up. Yes. You'll be up in a few minutes anyway. Have a seat. Great, thanks, Ethan. That's the one. Come on up. Okay, I'm going to leave it for you on the side and kind of move through the program. Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to move on to the award honorees tonight. The next part of the program is the Fred Epstein Youth Achievement Awards. These awards began in 2012 and were named after Dr. Epstein, a world-renowned neurosurgeon, who was very public about his LD. And really, ladies and gentlemen, that's the only way we're going to chip away at stigma, is being public about our disabilities, because they're nothing to apologize for, and they're nothing to be ashamed of. He was a world-renowned neurosurgeon, very public about his LD, and it's given each year to students with LD or ADHD whose achievements exemplify their dedication, talent, and initiative. And tonight, I'd like to ask Dr. Epstein's daughter, Alana Grady, who is the Dean of Programs and Services at the Stanwich School, and Michael Sullivan, who's an associate board member at Smart Kids with LD and a 2009 Youth Achievement Award recipient, to come on up and present those awards.
I was very lucky to have a father who happened to be a brain surgeon who also struggled with learning disabilities. This was lucky because not only did he understand what it was like to struggle with learning disabilities, but also because he showed me that I could be anything that I wanted to be. When you struggle with learning disabilities, you sometimes feel hopeless and that you will never be successful. Just like my father did for me, the Youth Achievement Award honorable mentions and winners set the same example for others who are struggling with learning disabilities by showing them that anything is possible. First, I'd like to acknowledge the 2017 honorable mention winners. And we've all met Ethan, so Ethan, you get to come back up. Ethan New York. Ethan's early years at school were extremely stressful. You can stand here. Cool, thanks. As his dyslexia made reading and math very difficult. However, he had a gift and passion for art and spent much of his time drawing. The characters he drew developed personalities that he expressed in comic strips. And here, at 17, Ethan has already found professional success as a character designer and illustrator for a series of building sets by Guidecraft. As you have seen this evening, he's also a member of the National Honor Society. And serves as the school ambassador. He plans to continue to study animation, where he says, "You have control over the whole world." So congratulations. Oh, I'm exhausted. Okay. Christoph Rusi, 18, of Westport, Connecticut. Come on down! Christoph was initially reluctant to take medication, seek help from teachers, or accept accommodations on exams. However, he now recognizes the value in using these tools to help manage his ADHD so that he can reach his academic, extracurricular, and personal goals. Christoph has since flourished as a filmmaker, journalist, athlete, musician, and a student at Westport Staples High School. He plays first violin in several youth orchestras in Fairfield County, in addition to honors recitals and fundraising and community service performances. Next year, he will study film production at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. Brian Perla, 18, of West Boylston, Massachusetts. Brian Perla is dyslexic, yet he refuses to be defined by the negative connotation of the word, or to accept that he might fail because of his learning disability. He knew that in order to perform at the same level as other students, he needed to work harder and develop strategies to compensate. With this work ethic, he scored in the 99th percentile on the ACT tests. And completed his junior year of high school with a GPA of 3.7. Okay, on top of all of that, Brian is a gymnast who has placed in numerous events at the state, regional, and national level. At the 2016 Junior Olympics National Championship, he placed first on the high bar and 13th in his age group. Brian also mentors a local Special Olympian. He will attend Stanford University in the fall, joining its gymnastics program. 17 of Bel Air, Maryland. You gonna try? You don't have to come up here.
Yes, you do. Come on, you do. They're young, they can do it.
You good? Sahil has been diagnosed with ADHD, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and Tourette's syndrome, and was bullied daily in elementary school. He is a youth ambassador for the Tourette's Syndrome Association, advocating for funding and supportive legislation with the U.S. Congress. Sahil launched a STEM summer camp for underprivileged students and those with learning differences, and he founded a non-profit organization to seek grants for STEM educational projects. He credits his success to his parents' active encouragement to seek solutions rather than accepting limitations or allowing himself to be frustrated by his challenges. Congratulations. And he's a good sport. Next, I am delighted to introduce the winner of the 2017 Special Recognition Award, Paige Christie, 17, of Brookfield, Wisconsin. Paige dreads reading, but in high school, she decided to advocate for herself. She received access to audio versions of her textbooks, discovering that listening allows her to process text more effectively. Her struggle with dyslexia has not stopped her from taking many AP courses and doing exceptionally well in math and science courses she loves. Paige's outside interests include robotics, rock climbing, and marching band. She started a STEM camp for 4th to 6th graders, now in its 3rd year, earning her Girl Scout Gold Award, which is awesome. Developing a strong work ethic and challenging herself, she earned acceptance into her top 2 colleges, Colorado School of Mines and Michigan Technological University. So congratulations. She's undecided still which one she's going to. Okay. And now, I'd like to present the 2017 Fred J. Epstein Youth Achievement Award. The Fred J. Epstein Youth Achievement Award winner for 2017 is Maury Gold, 17, of Potomac, Maryland. It wasn't until 8th grade that Maury was diagnosed with dyslexia and dysgraphia, providing a sense of relief after years of falling further behind in school despite his best efforts. It's hard to ignore that's going on, which is incredible. While academics was a constant struggle, he says, I found redemption in athletics. On the soccer field, basketball court, and diving board, I was rewarded for my hard work and determination, and I excelled. He has worked hard to reach both his athletic and academic goals, and is a self-described expert in time management and self-advocacy. Now, 17, Maury is a nationally ranked diver. In addition to diving on his high school and club teams, Maury is active with his temple and earned his Eagle Scout badge, creating innovative storage spaces on wheels for youth sports programs in underprivileged areas. He will attend Indiana University in the fall, joining their top-ranked diving team, and plans to study biology and physics. His next goal, to reach the finals at the Olympic diving trials in 2020. And if you want to see him dive, he's actually diving tomorrow in Greenwich at the Greenwich YMCA. So you can always come, right? Come and see it. So please give him a round of applause. He's getting his speech. He's coming right back. I feel like I can narrate.
Okay. So first, I want good evening and congratulations to all the deserving honorees. First of all, I want to thank Smart Kids with Learning Disabilities for the 2017 Fred J. Epstein Youth Achievement Award. It is truly an honor. 5 years ago, I would have never thought of myself as a smart kid. Since first grade, I struggled with reading. Throughout elementary and middle school, I worked weekly with resource teachers and private tutors in the summer. At first, it wasn't that bad because I was pulled out for enriched math, which boosted my self-esteem. But that all changed in third grade. While I struggled with reading, I wasn't excelling in math either. And by fourth grade, I moved down to low math. My self-esteem nosedived. Thankfully, I had sports. Out on the basketball court, soccer field, and diving board, I was rewarded for my hard work and determination. Sports helped me build my self-confidence that school tore down. When I was finally diagnosed with dyslexia at the end of 8th grade, I felt a huge sense of relief to know that something had been holding me back from being successful in school. I had been tested twice before by the county, but the testing just showed reading weakness. Thankfully, my parents persisted and had me tested by a private educational psychologist. Not only did the testing reveal that I had dyslexia, the psychologist told me that the testing showed I was very bright, and that's why the school system never diagnosed it. Although I was working extra hard at staying afloat, I wasn't sinking. I wasn't failing. Essentially, I had become very good at compensating by paying attention in class, asking questions, and turning to the internet, like finding an audiobook on YouTube or an online tutorial to go over a textbook chapter. These are tools I still continue to use. Having dyslexia has taught me to focus on my strengths, to advocate for myself, and seek out and take advantage of outside resources. I have also learned that grades do not define me. They are not a reflection of my intelligence, and they do not determine my future success. I am a competitive diver. I'm a competitive diver and compete at the national level. I practice 4 to 5 hours every day after school. Yes, it's a long day. I come home tired and still have homework, but I push through it because I'm motivated by diving. And when you have something you love and look forward to doing, it makes it easier to do those things that are more difficult. I've been asked, which is harder, diving or reading? You think diving, right? Especially when you're staring down at the water from 10 meters above. But not for me. When you enjoy something, it's not work. When you see the results of your efforts, it's rewarding. I don't get that from reading. For me, it's hard work. No matter how much I practice, it never gets any easier. It's exhausting working so hard without any improvement. Tomorrow, I'll be diving just down the road from here in the first qualifying meet for Junior Olympic Nationals in the summer. After that, I will continue my diving career at Indiana University, where I was accepted into the Honors College and plan to study biology and physics. I believe that all kids have strengths, and the key is to find that strength, nurture it, and pursue it. Not every student succeeds at school, but every student has a special talent and can be successful, whether it's music, art, or diving in my case. Thank you to President Epstein.
Just amazing. Well, thank you, Maury, and congratulations to all the honorees. And I have a funny feeling on the way home tonight, my wife is going to want me to take some lessons from Maury because I am horribly time challenged. And if you are an expert at managing your time, because I do drive her pretty crazy sometimes. Okay. Jane is absolutely one of my heroes, and she asked me to MC tonight. I was thrilled to do it. I rarely get stage fright when I am speaking in front of people, but I was scratching my head because I knew there was an auction coming up, and that terrified me. Thankfully, we have a professional tonight. Okay? And so I would like to ask Simon Tiegel to come on up. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, our auctioneer for the evening.
We could use the word professional very loosely. But anyway, it's great. So it's a fantastic organisation, and many congratulations to all of you. And without your support, it really just makes all the difference. And please remember, whatever you're bidding on tonight, whether it's the silent auction, whether it's the live auction, the dollars that come to Smart Kids are worth 1,000 times more than the things that you're buying. So it's greatly needed, greatly appreciated, and we thank you for your generosity. So it's going to be short and sweet. We've got 8 things for sale, and just to get the ball rolling, we have a variety of craft beers. So if you're planning to bid, I might need to see your IDs. But otherwise, not a Bud or Miller Lite in sight. Craft beers from around the world for 12 bottles for $30, and you can get the hang of bidding. $30, who's going to bid $30? 30. We're not going to stop there, are we? $30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, you're getting the hang of it. 60, $60, 65, 70. See, it's easy, isn't it? $70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. $140. What a great start. 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, $200, 220, 240. I think this is a world record. $240. I'm going to email Art at Auction as soon as we finish. 260, 280, $280 now. And if you drink it all, just forget about what you spent. It's easy. $280. 280, 300. Nice round number. Thank you. 320. 350. $350. What a great start. 350. $350. 350. Thank you very much indeed. 350. Number 153. Well, I would say that was rather a successful start. Now, I know none of you, I know you've all got empty diaries on the 4th of November, so there's no excuse. 2 tickets for dear Evan Hansen, and I think there are a few people who want to go already. I've got to give it my spiel, let me give it my... Otherwise anybody could do it. Anyway, I know it's amazing, tickets are very difficult to get, and there won't be a dryer in the house. $300, 300, 300, and 20, and 50, and 80, 400, and 50, 500, and 50, 600, and 50, 700, and 50. This is the easiest auction I've ever taken. 800. $800. At 800, I could have started there in the first place, couldn't I? $800. At $800, you have competition. 850. 900. No, you don't. $900. Well, maybe he does. Give it another shot. $900. Do I see 950? 950. 1,000. Excellent. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. Last chance. 1,100. It's 1,000. For the last time. Sold. Thank you very much. $1,000. To number 14. Who doesn't like paella? Unless you're allergic to shellfish. But otherwise, yeah. But anyway, dinner at home for 8 people by a gourmet chef, highly qualified, Culinary Institute of America, a value of $1,200. No better way to entertain your friends. $500. Start me at 500 and 50. 600 and 50. 700 and 50. 800 and 50. 900. Where are all those paddles gone? $900 on the aisle. And 50 at the back. 1,000. Thank you. $1,000. And $1,000, nice round number, it's on the aisle at $1,000, a nice consolation for not going to ballroom. $1,000, sold to you on the aisle for $1,000. Number 45. Otherwise I'll get told off for not doing my job properly. The Giants, and here you have 2 tickets behind the visitors' bench. Now, how much fun would that be? You can taunt them all afternoon. As long as you're winning, I suppose. $500 start. Start me at, that's a very dangerous thing to do. $300. Let's give you a bargain to begin with. 350. 450 in front now. $450. At 450. 500 at the back. At $500. 550. 550 in front now. 600. At $600. And 50. We've got a new bidder. 650. Who's the most ardent Giants fan here? We're going to find out. 650 at the back. Do I see 700? It's 650 at the back. At $650. Any more? That was half of 700. I'll take it. Thank you. Even if it was half of it, I'll take it. 700. At $700. At 700, last chance at $700. Sold in the corner, thank you very much, 102. For $700. Now, you know when you come to these auctions, you get trips to villas and ski resorts, and basically you can only go at 2 o'clock in the morning for half an hour because there are so many blackout days. So anyway, you have a 3-day week at Stratton, and basically you can go whenever you want. And it's in a fabulous condo, lots of room for lots of people, and I'm sure, I don't know whether it's winter and summer, but anyway, as everybody knows, some of the best skiing in Vermont. This has a $2,000 value. $1,000. $1,000? Do I say $1,000? Thank you. 1,000. 1,100. 1,200. Trouble with being long and short-sighted, and then no, I've got my glasses on. So we've got 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. Standing in the back at 1,500. 1,600. Thank you. 1,600, 1,700. At 1,700. It's usually very effective when I do that. 1,700. Any advance? See? 1,800. It's all right, I won't do it again. 1,800.
This is for Chris.
1,900. 1,900. 1,900. 2,000 is a nice round number. I know. 1,900 at the back. Last chance now. At $1,900. I'm selling. Sold at the back. Thank you very much. $121. Thank you very much. Almost there. Behind the scenes, you want to know how these TV movies are made and special effects and people. What did I say? Seeing all the stars forget their lines, they've got too much makeup on, you know, all that sort of stuff. You know, you sort of see how it's really done. Anyway, a behind the scenes tour to the Billions television show, and it'd just be interesting and fun. $300. 300? Thank you. And 50. 400 and 50. 500 and 50. 600 and 50. 700 and 50. 800. $800 and 50. 900 and 50. 1,000. 1,100. $1,100. 1,100. Sitting in the back. 1,100. 1,200 now. 112. 1,300. 1,300. I won't do the jiggle. 1,400. 1,500. 1,600. 1,600. 1,600. I'm looking straight at you, sir. Thank you very much. At $1,600. 1,006. Sold to number 12. Thank you very much. And for those of you, I'm sure there are many, who have children young enough, Walt Disney World awaits. 4 people will fly on Southwest, not United. You almost feel sorry for them, but almost not. Anyway, you've got, I think essentially from what I'm reading, you pretty much have the run of Disney World, the Crayola experience, and if you don't know what that is, then you should be old enough, and I'm certainly not going to tell you. No, anyway, you're in for a massive treat. This has a $2,500 value, $1,200. $1,200? Take your family to Disney World, $1,200. $1,200. Perfect, thank you very much. 1,200. Any advance on 1,200? Are you going to get the bargain of the evening? Maybe not. 1,300. Don't look out, don't look around. Don't look around. That's against the rules. I'm in charge here, okay? $1,300. But I will take 14. At $1,300. Any advance on 1,300? At 1,300. Any advance? I'm sure the plane tickets cost more than that. $1,300. And I think this really is a bargain. And you see, everybody's nodding, but nobody's bidding. At 1,300, 1,004. Thank you. Was that a bid or were you waving a sigh of relief? 1,400. At 1,400, last chance at 1,004 and selling. The bargain of the evening goes to you for 1,004. And finally, you'll be relieved, the final live auction. We're back to the sports field for the Mets. And it's not just baseball, it's fireworks night. Fireworks night. And again, you have great seats, 4 seats, with almost a $600 value. $400, start me at 400. 400? 400, thank you. Any advance at 400? Any advance on $400? $400. So the last 2 items for sale going for a song. 450. I'm very good at ringing out the last dollar, I promise you. 450. 550. Thank you. $550. Just to round the evening off, do I see a nice round 600? At $550. At 550. Last chance at 550. 600. Thank you. $600. Last chance in the corner. And selling. 600. Thank you, sir. $600. And I'm now going to hand you over to Danielle de Grazia, who's going to give you a brief introduction to the paddle race. But joking apart, and I do quite a few of these auctions, I think you're one of the most active audience I've sold to for a long time, so thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Danielle de Grazia. I'm on the board of directors for Smart Kids, but I'm also the parent of a young man whose life has been forever changed by Smart Kids. When my son Justin was 13, somewhere in between those pictures, we were told that he wasn't college material and he was not going to be put in a college-bound program. As you can imagine, it was devastating for me and my husband. We weren't sure what the future would hold for him. We knew how smart he was, we knew how capable he was and what all of his dreams were, and we weren't sure what to do. So luckily, we received some divine intervention when we got an email from Dr. Fred Epstein. And he invited us to come and hear him speak at the very first program by Smart Kids. And that was a turning point for us. Smart Kids became my go-to for all the information that I needed, from accommodations to assisted technologies, what to do when I went to an IEP or a PPT, or I could go on and on. But they provided us with something just as valuable, which was a community of parents that were dealing with the same things that we were dealing with. So in short, Smart Kids empowered me to let those experts that were sitting across the table from me know that we were really the experts on our kid, and we would determine the trajectory of his life. So Justin graduated with a degree in diagnostic genetics and a minor in molecular biology. I think Dr. Frederick once said I wanted to shove it right up their nose, but I didn't. So he went on to do a internship at Yale. He did research, medical research at both Columbia and also at NYU. And he is now the manager of assay development at a company called Cellmatics, which is a small biotech firm that does personalized medicine for fertility. I consider that success, and I'd also say that he was college material.
So, I will forever be grateful to Smart Kids. They gave me the tools, the courage, and the community support that I needed to help him and create the life that he dreamed of. So, I hope you will join us tonight in paying it forward for other parents of smart kids like my son. Together, by supporting Smart Kids, we can empower many more parents of these terrifically bright but struggling kids to become the best that they can be. So through your generosity tonight, you can do this. Now is the time. Let's do it tonight. So thank you.
So we're going to have 4 stages of paddle raise. And there's something rather nice actually, because your generosity, you're going to get absolutely nothing. Except knowing that you're helping these tremendously talented children who know it so well. And as I said at the beginning, that's worth more than anything. So, anybody who would generously donate $1,000, all you need to do is raise either your left or right-handed, really, or both. Number 26, number 24, number 47. Anyone else? Number 45, which is already fantastic. And 123. Fantastic. Any more? Without wanting to drag it out too long, but that's and number 11. That was what I waited for. Thank you very, very much. And that's a fantastic start. Thank you. Just a couple more. Anybody who would generously offer $500? And I'm going, oh, now look at this. So I've got to count all these now. 19, 125, 103, 83, 19, 44. You're back to front. Oh, 111. Sorry, I couldn't. 111, 57, 102, 127, 50. This is fabulous. You really have, it's been an amazing audience. 149. 149. Tremendous.
Simon, can you have them hold his paddles up one more time just to make sure?
Did you get?
And everyone just put their hands up one more time. They say,
Could you just all put your hands up one more time?
sure. Should we read them out again? Sorry, Simon.
No, if I had such an amazing memory, I could remember them all. But I don't. 57, 19, 102, 125, 103, 83, 44, 50, 111, 127, 149. And did we pick up any stragglers? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think we got them. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We're almost done. $250. Number 72. Number 66. Number 53. Number 28. Number 35. 111 again. 138. 33. You're all dying to go back to the bar, aren't you? But finally, before you go, just one more $100. Oh God, I got to count it. Right. 46, 30, 145, 144, 121, 156, 112, 131. That's a nice way to finish. So thank you very, very much for your generosity. And we're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank Smart Kids for having me here tonight. Your generosity, it's nice to pick up things at the silent auction, but the bottom line is your generosity makes a huge impact in the lives of families with students with special needs. And you've seen just some examples of some wonderful young ladies and gentlemen tonight who really have accomplished some amazing things. So I thank you all for coming tonight. What's that? Oh, excuse me. I was wrapping up. The last award tonight. Thank you. I would like to call up. See, that's what happens when you have an attention problem. I would like to call up Marjorie Castro to the podium to introduce the Community Service Award winner. Sorry about that.
All right. So I'm very, very honored tonight to present the 2017 Community Service Award to Dr. Christopher M. Bogart, For those who may not know, he's Executive Director of the Southfield Center for Development. Chris is the founder and Executive Director of the Southfield Center for Development, a multidisciplinary center providing services to over 30 professionals in areas ranging from testing and therapy to executive functions, support, and learning skills for children, adolescents, and families. He's a licensed clinical psychologist who provides program consultation to local schools and serves as a school psychologist to the New Canaan Country Day School. Chris works with children, adolescents, and parents conducting psychoeducational and ADHD evaluations in addition to therapy. Prior to founding the Southfield Center, he held clinical positions including staff psychologist at Beth Israel Medical Center in New York City and Director of Psychology at the Rockland Children's Psychiatric Center in Orangeburg, New York. In addition to supervising doctoral students in psychology, he has conducted research in areas including ADHD, social skills, training, and depression in children, and delivers lectures and training programs for community organizations. Chris received his undergraduate training at Georgetown University and his doctoral degree from the American University in 1986. He is tremendously admired by the great number of professionals and colleagues with whom he works, and beloved by the families he serves. The staff of the Southfield Center thank him for his inspiring leadership, generous heart, and for creating a professional community that feels more like a family. We could not wish for a more deserving recipient of this year's Community Service Award. Won't you come up, Chris Bogart?
I hear you saying speech. You don't think you're getting out of here without me talking, do you? As much as Bob tried to end the evening without me speaking. I actually do think I might get away without having to do this. Anyway, thank you so much to Jane, Ross, and Smart Kids for this honor. I really, truly am very humbled to be here and receiving this. A few weeks back, I was at a dinner hosted by Eagle Hill Greenwich, honoring my good friend Lydia Soifer for her incredible service to the community. And early in the evening, I grabbed Lydia and we were chatting, and I noticed that she was her typical vibrant self, but there was something just a little bit different. And she said to me that she had given hundreds and hundreds of presentations to various different students, teachers, parents, you name it. But that evening, she said that really made her feel so humble that she didn't know that she was going to be able to get up there and be able to speak. And she said to me, "Bogart, you wait until that Smart Kids dinner. You're going to be shaking in your boots." And as I found in the 30 years that I've known Lydia through her work, she's correct. I am shaking my boots. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can, although anyone who knows me knows that I sometimes speak a little bit too long. Just a few more thank yous. Jane Ross threatened that if I did speak too long, she was going to start putting on the Academy Award music. And since we don't want a repeat of this year's Academy Awards, I plan on keeping my award. So a few more thank yous. Thank you to all of you for being here and honoring me, but also honoring the incredible Youth Achievement Award winners. They are a truly incredible group of people. Also, a thank you to all of my many friends and my colleagues who came out. You're truly a source of incredible energy for me and my Southfield Center family. I truly feel like I'm the luckiest guy to wake up every work day and actually look forward to seeing the people I work with. It's pretty incredible. And thank you to my husband of 27 years, David Kuchar. You're truly a wonderful, wonderful life companion. Thank you for continuing to support all of my crazy projects. So tonight's theme, celebrating kids' strengths. I wanted to share some thoughts of what this means to me. So if you'll allow me to go back about 40 years, where you are now in Philadelphia, and I was a middle school student at a little Catholic school. And I was also a smart kid with a learning challenge, ADHD to be exact, back before it was the in thing to be ADHD. I was back in that time when it was BAD. By middle school, I was driving my teachers crazy with my energy, blurting out in class, making little weird noises, forgetting my homework, losing books. Somehow, once I actually lost one of my shoes at school. And had to explain to my parents why I came home with one shoe on. And my years really progressed the exact same way. I'd start off the year in this incredibly upbeat way. This is going to be a great year. By the time we got to October, my parents were being called in because of behavioral issues. By Thanksgiving, my teachers were at a point of total frustration, and I was feeling pretty demoralized as well. Until 8th grade, when I was put in Miss McKenna's class. The year started out just like every other one, and by October, I'm sure that I was driving Miss McKenna crazy. But instead of resorting to warnings and consequences, Miss McKenna took a closer look at who I was as a learner and realized that by giving me a project to tackle was a much better way to motivate me than by giving me detention. And the project that she gave me had the added benefit of getting me out of her hair for about 2.5 hours every school day. So what she proposed is that I would become the lunch runner for all of the teachers in the school. So my school day started at 8:30 like everybody else's, and I went to class and did all the various things you're supposed to do until about 10:30, when I would get dismissed from class with my little pad of paper and my pen, and I would go around to all the teachers' classrooms, and I would get their lunch order and take their money, and I got to go back to my class and pick one of my friends who would accompany me to the local deli, where I'd place the orders. We would wait there for about a half hour, get the various sandwiches, and keep track of all the change, and then we'd be back to the school by about 12 o'clock, where I'd deliver the sandwiches and the change, and the teachers sometimes gave me a tip. And then I would get my own lunch and have recess until 1 o'clock. And then I had to go back for about 90 minutes of class, and then my school day was over. Anybody who knows me knows this story is probably true. So you might claim that Miss McKenna was violating child labor laws or neglecting her job to teach me, but actually I say that she was celebrating my strength of loving to tackle a project. She was teaching me executive function skills, math skills, and social skills, teaching me how to handle money. And most importantly, she was getting better focus and self-regulation out of me during my class hours than she ever would have gotten otherwise. And she instilled in me a new love of learning and a love of school. And 40 years later, I remember her lunch order. egg salad on toasted wheat, lettuce, no tomato, a little bit of mayo, and a tap diet soda. We'll have some tap dancing. So, why am I sharing this story with you? So the point of my story is this. In the past 30 years in my career as a psychologist, for every smart kid with a learning disability that I've met, every student who I have seen both in my practice as well as in the schools I consult with, who has progressed educationally and emotionally, developing grit, self-control, and confidence, there has been at least one teacher, and often more than one, but at least one teacher that has truly believed in that child, significantly altering the trajectory of that child's life. Miss McKenna was that teacher for me. She truly trusted me. She saw my strengths rather than my many annoying traits, and taught me that I could accomplish great things when my strengths were celebrated rather than highlighting my challenges. But I'm a little bit worried, to be honest with you, that we are at a crisis point in our educational system. There are way too many conflicting demands on the 21st century teacher without enough time to really do what they are trained and expected to do. They don't have enough ongoing training. They don't have the opportunity to really instill their own creativity. And we're in an educational system that's become more obsessed with test scores rather than educating our children in the essential skills to succeed in life. Our educational system is the exact same system that was in place when I was 10 years old, that was in place when my parents were 10 years old, and probably when their parents were 10 years old. It was developed to meet a need in our cultural revolution. But I hate to tell you that we're not going to have another industrial revolution. Today, we need critical thinkers. We need children who can become critical thinkers that think flexibly and do the heavy lifting of problem solving. Is if our kids are trained to think critically and taught how to problem solve and guided to respect and work with people with radically different views. Our teachers need the trust, the training, and the financial support so that they can best celebrate kids' strengths. I really am wrapping up, Jane, I swear. So all of us smart kids, all of us supporters of smart kids, we have a responsibility. We have an important job to do. We need to commit to supporting our teachers. We need to conduct and we need to support research into progressive educational methods. We need to create meaningful professional development for teachers. We need to constantly lobby our government leaders to invest in our educational system so that current and future teachers can continue to celebrate kids' strengths and truly alter the trajectory of the next generation of smart kids with learning disabilities. Thank you again for this wonderful night.
So as we close tonight, that was such a nice way to end. We almost forgot to, but we didn't. I was going to jump up. We want to thank in particular our hard-working benefit committee, our wonderfully generous sponsors, our event co-chairs, Rose and Stephanie Haytham, our event coordinator, Betty Granada, and Allison Braun, who made sure everything worked. We couldn't do it without you. This evening, please sign the Youth Achievement Award poster we've set up near the checkout tables, if you haven't done so already, and enjoy the coffee and cookies you'll find there. You should have received an email that permits you to complete a checkout including an auction purchases and donations. Please come to the checkout table in the lobby to pick up any items you won and enjoy the rest of the evening, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you for coming.